We have a pretty nice morning today. Grandma, she's got Buddy. They're gonna head off and gonna finish swathing here. They only got about 50 acres left. We're gonna get the other combine going. We gotta take the straw chopper off. The neighbor wants to bale the straw. So we're gonna take the straw chopper off of our walker combine, not our rotary combine, because there's not a whole bunch of straw where she's combining right now. It was drowned out pretty bad. So once it goes through the rotary combine, there's pretty much nothing left of it anyways, even if you were just to drop it. So what I'm going to do here now, because like I said, my neighbor wants to bale the straw. So when the combines are through thrashing the seeds out, all the chaff and the straw comes over the back here, and also up through the walkers and over the end. Now these spin at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and they spread the chaff out. And in here, these blades, they spin around through these cutters, and they chop the straw. And then they also, then through these fins, you know, it gets directed. Now this is an old style chopper. They have new fine choppers and high-speed choppers that spread the straw over 50-60 feet. This one actually doesn't do that good of a job of spreading it. So we got that spreader dropped off. The next thing is this this chopper. We got to slide it forward. So you just pull these two pins down and rotate. There's a, you can't see it yet, but there's a gear that when you turn it, it drives and it pulls this hole forward. You gotta take these bolts out so this drops down, and then slide it forward. Plug the sensor back into itself so it doesn't go off all the time, and then should be good to go. Okay, so we got that chopper off. Now we're just gonna go put the straight cut header on, and then they'll probably head out and make around. My wife and Emmy are combining. They got this truck full already. My dad, he got that bin set up for the dryer. I got some bags loaded. And then I was helping him get some stuff moved around. And here comes Grandma and Buddy. They finished that barley. This field of canola is only half a mile up a lease road from the other one. So they just came down the lease road, and I said, well, may as well just swath the outside rounds of this one here. I think probably what they'll do is they'll probably stop swathing here, and then they'll go grab that other combine and start working with my wife. We'll try to get that quarter done. So we got a nice little breeze today, and we're gonna get both combines going. This stuff is testing about 15.5. Dry for barley is 13.5, but it's already 20, 22, 23 degrees, so it's very easy to dry it down. We're not even going to try to send this out to see if it's malt. This whole quarter, it's too immature, too uneven. So we're just going to dry it down, get it in good condition, and it'll make good feed. It weighs about 54 pounds per bushel. The standard bushel weight of barley is 48, I believe. So it's nice heavy barley, makes excellent feed. So that's the process now. Once we get it out of the dryer into this truck, we bring it up here. It goes into our bin. So I'm just heading up there now. Our tandem, I don't know, it must have bad battery cables or something, because it started up just fine this morning, and now I had to give it a boost. So I don't know if it's just it's probably just a bad connection, but I'm in the trusty dusty old yellow pickup truck here. It's the coolest truck we have. It's what is it, 1972 International 1210 long box step side. It's 45,000 original miles. Pretty cool truck. It gets lots of the people that buy feed, they as soon as they see it, they're like, oh, does that run? You should sell me that truck. But never, it will never be sold. We had our 19 61 International tandem that my dad and I did this winter. We did like a poor man's resto on it. We fixed the tin and stripped the paint off and gave her a blast of like fire engine red trim clad paint. The thing's never going to win the Vegas car show. Probably, it's probably never even going to ever leave the farm. So it was definitely a good enough resto for us. It was something kind of fun to do on those minus 40 days, sit in a nice warm shop, and we got the original dash and everything to work. That was crazy. Stuff, it's unbelievable how stuff was built then. I tried to take the, what was it? It was the windshield white, no, maybe it was the lights, the switch for the, doesn't matter. It was either the windshield wiper or the lights. I pushed this button on the bottom of the switch, and the whole switch, like, everything fell out on the floor. And I looked at my dad, and I was like, well, that's never going to work again. And the odds of ever finding anything like that are probably zero, so I guess we'll have to figure out how to make a new switch work. And he's like, well, I don't know, gather up all the pieces, maybe put it back together. But, so I gathered up all the pieces. The switch was actually made to come apart and be repaired. Like, the switch, I thought that is so cool, right? Now, if your window switch in your pickup fails, they just write the whole truck off. It can't be fixed. They throw the whole thing away, build you a new one. So pretty cool anyways, because I'm an 88 model myself, so I haven't really seen anything built to last. By the time I was 16, we had already been long into throwing stuff away instead of repairing it. So awesome. So yeah, it was just must have been loose or whatever cables. The old tandem is just purring like a kitten there now. I would like to point out one crazy thing. So farmers get a bad rap for complaining about the weather. I don't think that they deserve the bad rap for that. Maybe some of us take it to the next level, but right now this is the truth. It's raining. Okay, out of that sky right there, like 8 raindrops on my hand. Now, not enough to shut anything down or anything, or it's at this point, it would be no effect. But that's the frustrating part of agriculture. It doesn't matter what you're in. If you're trying to silage or make hay in August, if you're trying to do fescue, it's into September now and you're trying to get your cereals off, if you're trying to seed, if you're trying to calve out your herd, the weather seems to be tremendously volatile, unpredictable. For instance, yesterday when I said, the outlook of the 14-day was good, now 2 days out we got 70% chance of rain. Like, why do they even bother trying to put out a 14-day forecast? Like, they have no idea. They can predict like 1 or 2 days, so they should just put out a 1 or 2 day forecast and then tell you to like phone your buddy at the coast and ask him, is it raining, because we'll probably get that in 5 days. That's the best way that you can predict weather up here in northern Alberta. You know what? Just absolutely brutal. 0% chance of rain today. 0% chance of rain. There you go. You got like 0% chance of rain. You got to have the windshield wipers just full blast. It's about 9 o'clock now. We just had some supper, brought the Super Bees home, brought the combines home for the night. Starter quit on our tandem. That was part of the problem with the drawing too much juice to start it. So my dad's got that starter in the truck. He's going to go in the morning and see if they got a new one in town. But for right now, I got a bunch of chicken feed to make. There was a lady come here today. She took the last of the 50-pound bags of chicken feed. So I'm going to fire up Tim Huss here, and I'm going to make some chicken feed. Ooh, so that's it. It's about 9:45. I think my wife got to that before I did, because there was like 2,200 pounds in that bag, which should have been enough to make about 45 bags or so. And I only made 39. So I have a feeling somebody was in that bag before I got there, and now that's up in her chicken coop. So